Hello, I'm Marleen Troy with Wilkes University. It is my privilege to represent PLUTI, or the Planning, Land Use, Transportation, and Infrastructure Task Force, for the presentation of the 2020 report entitled The Impact of Transportation in the Logistics Industry. I'd like to thank Terry, Andrew, and their team, and members of the PLUTI Task Force for all their support and efforts putting this report together. How are land use and transportation affected by the region's booming warehouse clusters? We know that the goals for our area are continued growth and sustainability. However, some of the challenges that we are facing as a result of industrial parks and warehouse clusters becoming more predominant include impacts from traffic congestion, issues with traffic utilization and bicycle pedestrian infrastructure, freight movement via road, rail, and air, commuting patterns, and impacts on air quality and greenhouse gas emissions linked to climate change. This year's PLUTI report looked at these challenges and also identified opportunities for adaptive reuse and infill development to reduce congestion and meet the demands of existing and planned land use patterns. A summary of the key findings of the report are as follows. In our two-county Luzerne-Lackawanna region, in the past 10 years, employment within the industrial transportation and distribution industries has grown by nearly 5%. It should be noted that the warehousing and storage component comprises approximately 70% of total employment in the industry. Several of the zip codes associated with increasing employment numbers coincided with several of the industrial and business park geographic clusters in the region. Not surprisingly, the locations where increasing traffic volume has occurred roughly correlates with the expansion of the business parks. Transportation and distribution industries are particularly impactful on regional traffic patterns because they require many employees to commute to their workplace by car. The traffic in these regions is also impacted by the receiving and shipping of goods at these firms, primarily by truck. As we are all aware, our region is poised for future development. Highways are already in place and will continue to be available. Land for industrial development is plentiful in both counties, and many incentives are already in place. Even the economic uncertainty that we are currently facing as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic underscores the critical importance and growing prominence of e-commerce, which drives a significant portion of the logistics industry. In conclusion, the report offers the following recommendations: that we ensure that appropriate transportation systems are in place to handle current and future freight and commuter traffic. Freight traffic should be connected with limited access highways as quickly and efficiently as possible to reduce congestion as well as wear and tear on local streets. Efforts should also be considered to enhance the diversification of transportation mode share via bike, pedestrian, rail, and air. Innovative approaches in the business park planning process should also be included with zoning allowances in mind. Planning for housing and mid-use developments with shopping, daycare, gyms, and service businesses located near business parks will help reduce the number and length of automobile trips. And transportation of goods using renewable fuels and/or trucking alternatives should be promoted where feasible. Thank you.